Say, Yamisha, na Mecca games in one na I am keenly monitoring Muhail Mudrik situation, no. Na I am comma, me pese uye Ghana near, Oma was some ha. Uye Ghana Football Association, Oma was some ha because a grey area and pempi, you know. Yan kohompo, but a serious pa. Because you can imagine, say, yan fan say Ghana is star player Mohamed Kudus. Waba Ghana. Kudus say, Nena ya na Ghana Black Stars medical team no amane drano. Omane drano ya no honto no de ball de ma Ghana. Yeni aje Kudus call back to Tottenham. Yes say on be checking no Johnson randomly. On be checking no Johnson yes say omo doping substance ewo. Doping substance na kwehwe mu a. Yes say hey I am born into your banning Kudus for 1 year. But just imagine this situation. What would Tottenham Hotspur do? Because Tottenham I investment on him. Into yes sir. Keto kreku tini baby or why you be friend no semester. As someone ba you be see keto kreku ne Ghana Football Association. You be see o mind Ghana. And so na President Mahama tini baby o. Ako keto kreku tini baby o. Ebi a doctor no kra no enye na ni so ebi a wanye won sa. But now we are supposed to pay millions of dollars. Inti no yanko nyema bi wo ha asam si a asam ni to obi a na yesua nyema de efrim. Ken Mohamed Mudrik situation no. Ba ekeka ko 1 year nie. Chelsea supporters wo ho aye bisa Mudrik wahi. The last update e ba was that mpanyimfo no say doping substance no on chain appeal aba say yenyan share the second test no ye twen but it looks like nkofo ya agya to say band de ebia na aba. Inti last week and a Shakhtar Donetsk for no say omo no mo ton player ne de ma Chelsea omo ti 70 million euros e dey two hole name aka 30 bia na ye add-ons. I was say Chelsea etia de ma Shakhtar Donetsk for no. Because Chelsea deal, no, 70 million euros cash down plus 30 million euros add-ons. It take a Shakhtar de wachini sika de atuo. Aka 30 million euros or say sanka boy ni bola. Nkomenya extra 30 million euros.
Eno kwa no mo say na no club world cup. Ene conference league.
Kakakrabeba. Send ye add-ons, trophies a obeje, game appearances. Iti boy na emmo ball no. Omo Shakhtar Donetsk for the sika na ebe hwere omo. Into already omo de omo prepare omo dia omo koji sika de free UK Football Association for because according to them no allegedly omo ene ma Muhalu Mudrik edroma no no me e ma the situation ni nyina ba. So omo de eto. And no, sorry, Chelsea for so prepare another document e de akoko seal say omo so kwa akosiu Ukraine for no. Now Chelsea for there, you need to understand them. Tio, Chelsea has spent 70 million euros on a player.
Cash.
Master, and Niagro, oh my Ghana, oh hi, yes, ye kwajibo 50 million euros. Ye set to me guye, master. Ye set to me guye. He say, hey, sikano. Sometimes football, ye both figures now because I are good ye. Master, ye sika kesio. 70 million euros. Investment on Muhail Mudrik. Only for the boy, Chelsea for to omu baby omun carboni and kebi shemu. Boy na kon national team aba. Yes, we failing test. Chelsea investment ebe shegu. 70 million euros, they will never understand. Say this is Chelsea no the entire the Mudrik e ka won say. Say Chelsea enim. Say boy no so no onim who be because ade no ye twen the second test na ebe hu say ampa na Mudrik enim say ade no mo dey won no dope drug anase enye doping drug tio say Mudrik enim dia then oye liable ese so sika no tue bi na mo so ono so enim and Ukraine for no so na dey won no Ukraine for na ebetua okay and until the Chelsea for ACU the player and the Ukraine Football Association. Let me give you one example. Adramu to the no. Chelsea for 22 million at the ma Palmer. And a boy in the buy. Boy in the buy only Jose Mourinho issues. And Chewan it says, on also swako fairly test. Ni dieno, dear buy and say, boy no one casancasa ne fire. One corner snap team. A your no one casancasa ne economy. And a Chelsea force a what? Ya say sika. It's a Chelsea force you and dry mutu 17 million euros. And a boy said Derby, wakwa appeal wakas. Akaso ko akwa appeal makom yensa. It's a Chelsea ni and dry mutu a Chelsea versus a dry mutu. Me no ka say asam no mo bogu a dry mutu so but okofa sika na wahin. 17 million okofa na wahin.
Administration
What is it? Because Mikai said, by 2008, Chelsea tried to rope Palmer in, say, compare some of the Palmer for a joints liable because Palmer the inconvenience can. Aha, because Palmer the says Kakao. And the Palmer said, Naya head, ya top player, the Amuria. Yeah, near for home. It's always Palmer from to say, I'll try to the end, cannot okay because the Canadian say, and then look at Madrid. Sorry, Mudrick at the end. Say Chelsea issue Mudrick and Kwa 70 million euros or funny wa So Chelsea needs to add the UK Football Association fund because says almost po musika.
Ghana idea. Say yena se we are to yena on register yena say
that is why
Ghana Football Association who for 70 million.
E go find why.
Na no bisa ban kro no be nyamo.
Hey, now kra won ferry. And no see and lessons to all of us. As some way, why when here we are discussion now here Chelsea. Why drink also? Keto Kreko ni apang from Ghana Football Association said, Master, they need to be very careful. Extra careful.
And you could not crash it. Substances will be better.
Hey!
Big movie.
Big. Honestly, Hadie. So, Omoni Baha, on say Hano, ye dinyama be by Faho, what you say. But, and Yamana, me Pamtoya Casa ban substance, and yes, be and tampin. A bit in Yaba say, a draw one nom cry, it's a paye, a draw painkiller. Ebia na substance bi wo mu a eye ban normally ana kofo feel say ya ka say eye ban substance ebia wanom ntampia na bi ente sa ebia oyare te say kolotu ready o so waye kese obese no so tia nti no enye ntampia sam te betinya to obia because again your place e ba down before they will join the Black Stars camp. What did they do? They go home go fi here day. They eat food. Ebia you might be affected. Sebi, sa asam no ekosi wo national team. Ebia na asam no ensi wo campo tio. Ebia mama yusu Kudus in example. Kudus wa ba bedru Ghana. Wakwa Nima, wakwa akodidi. And wa ba Black Stars camp. Say yen dope na asam establish so Black Stars camp in the see ya. Tottenham Hotspur do not care say boy no Banima because omu jane kwan say omra Ghana. Inti de besi wo Ghana bia no yen na liable.
Okay.
You have lessons in frame. Footballers no so some far lessons in frame. So club beat is a cattle. Now we nearly dear won't fall within a rough. Club the best you. Yo.
Figures and
exactly.
55 million, 60 million, 70 million.
See, can I know she?
Into some fans about season back you now we talk club and a club on fan.
No, but about January about half back on about on also cry and the born papa being a bed. And see, almost your musica. Honestly, somewhere be there. You're careful, pa. Me there, kakra me carry trouble. Now, what they imagine say, Ishak, Chelsea, Liverpool for spend with Ishak. Number that, sorry. Yes, of course, Sweden and saying, hey,
Chelsea are well over. I bet 4 years. And then 1 year.
Someone know.
I bet 4 years. Because they say they are not fire now. They are not when.
Cow stem. Somebody treaty knee. What I said, but checky and say there's a substance ebi ewom mendonium ebi ewom and na a banned substance and one. You know, your vampire
footballers in the crowd. I'm ready to say I'm on my athletics for.
Say.
Before crowd to America when you be great.
Yeah, checky be football. Then they will say who one much checking a random be. What I say. Intimacy way there just something that we all need to learn. You may be who are your fan trust Black Stars players in by your mom did master some two ana once a mra we ase Ken dey toss you dey tie say Antonio Rudiger situation and na me ho me ho pa you see Rudiger is giving everything to Real Madrid say enyesa last season na we pra deliberately ono ase mebo ball no chichere ne nine the ball entire season a menya sure say na saying the reoccurrences of injuries in kebeto no sa na akwaya me to say injuries no say na esi astart say eba no it will continue ebeto aso because look we pra and odi abobo no sa because me kra no me susu say enye last season nko a hwe 2023 season na Thibaut Courtois he was injured virtually the entire season and obeda the last parts of the season obeda finals against Dortmund no sa season no Thibaut Courtois Alaba was virtually out Militao was out iti back four no Rudiger na Shield Andrew Lunin Nacho Falo Mendy onwa we pre-crowd but intimate me cracker say bad 2 seasons near this guy was sacrificing the bibia to Real Madrid and afi say injuries na start to say ever now he's going out 2 to 3 months na Madrid for in Philippine bebre sa unlike last season because they say the house and air available Eda Militao aba back Raul Asensio was a couldn't cry do a really tramini beats me abo. But the bigger picture is that Rudiger no season way a performance any game so be born e say Madrid member na toaso ananso omo manon toaso because Alaba Rudiger omo nyina that same scale say omo nyi Rudiger 32 Alaba 33 but their performance this season will determine say Madrid should let them continue or not. Because here the legendary Sergio Ramos so they have to let him go. Inti injuries never effect and it looks like so majority of the Madrid games are well Madrid will let him go. I want to hear because he has sacrificed everything for the club. Now he's going out. Very unfortunate. They are tossing you. Manchester City, Manchester United. Ken, maybe a City ni na mate Pep Guardiola so also about injuries. And I mate how among for trying to sympathize with the Manchester City team say injuries no adoso. Me see me a City ni, you know that very well. I don't sympathize with the team at all.
We a City ni.
Ken.
Element is City for. No City kun. Is this the Penimba?
Oh, sir, Nyamishano pa. Team Papa say. Oh, Nyamishao be brave.
Was it no in team when your team?
Oh, they will miss Ken cow. Barca some fair say no. I say asem. Oh. Say you on your team. Give it say. Hey, me, I don't sympathize with my team. Let me explain to you why. What can I say? You're easy, you know. Manchester City quarter top players be buy January there, and Tiani renders more ain't no remove bad team, you know. Pep Guardiola started complaining. Say, players now does one camp. The one thing as some Pep Guardiola be kind. He even threatened board of directors and sporting directors and say someone don't place Nibia obejai na wako one guy's our story. Said place not Dawson. Obi say place na Dawson say 25 players or say it is too much. And place no adia be ni yan say or ko camper na offer 18 players that the rest of the players no beja omo ofie no onima some obe ka kire o wintin panyimfo no pam players no monko one guy's our story we. The sporting directors and the management pleaded to catch the Pep Guardiola said, no, last season, who faces similar problems, injuries affected team, no. This season, who bought so many games, who bought Champions League, who bought other games, World Cup, who players, you know, ever started so 1 9. So you need large squad. Me kai say last year November kra Pep Guardiola na ye interview say say the games in SC kono next season he will try and have a large squad only for him sama no asanso asesana no papa no enyin ha no Pep Guardiola it is true Pep Guardiola enyin ha no okay wait no about can something different obia November o say I've learned my lesson I'll have a larger squad sama no asanso asesana no say squad no doso o want say so from an say we jai team no akọ omu jai team ne epamo players ni bebre ama won akọ ewia you are again coming back to complain he say I and the injuries affect so and a squad ni so say omu nya ne den City was 16 senior players today injuries na simpanyfo no complaining supporters no complaining say if City for anya careful short squad no injuries will affect them again. Yet we are back again to this conversation. Senye sir, Ryan Aït-Nouri, Manchester City versus Tottenham Hotspur, and a Kudus ball be on the 9 edge, and a ball no come ball the 19 and cannot twist here. The guy tried to play, no one to be mono pride. Clearly, Aït-Nouri was not fit to play the Brighton game. No one to be more. And so yeah, that's sorry, I Pep Guardiola, my boy, and Bobo Nibi. And no, Anna Aït-Nouri say he's going out for 5 weeks. Why? Because if he had options, Inka Obama before Frabo, only options. It's the injuries, you know. Me say I don't sympathize even for a bit for this man. Me a disciple of him, but asabna kokwa eye kokwo eye fita. The problem City are facing, 99% are Pep Guardiola. Well, Ken, the woman say, City lose to Atwaso, Obebo Man U, Obo we are about Napoli. Obo Napoli we are about Arsenal. One game said the City. Look, City would have to find ways to get results. Man U team no, now saying omunya positive results against Manchester City. We community shield now. And no cry am in person they be coming games analysis. But last season, for instance, yes, someone won last minute on Danny game ni 2-1. And they come on goalless draw. In the recent game, City has struggled against Manchester United. Though a game is a City ball no, a pass ball no, but City need energy to continue the game. Sir, and one day the ball game omuni. Now, Man U for no, the only game I'm dropping the normal game Fulham, Brentford, but some more ball through Manchester City energy ni eba from. Me are very particular to know the kind of lineup coach in but you know why? Say Cunha situation no. 50-50. Over now because and now also when I was when we say no I could camp war back. Some of the die you. Say me injiri say Cunha and more boni bia because Cunha in way more dear honestly the kind of level of the Manchester United accord this season are way higher than last season. Say Cunha and more boni bia I think the coach in the best role say Obama Benjamin Sesko start the game because all the probables are we are hearing in Sesko on the bench. Why? Hey, and now no Slovenia, Switzerland, Slovenia, Sweden. 9-10 minutes. Akrana Bobo national team. If you cannot trust someone you've paid some huge sums of money, millions of money to play this game. Now, okay, in any case, Sekunya oha omobo ni bi ana ntesa. Now, Arena says Sekunya niwa. Why won't you want to play him?
Almost so good.
Na national team no boy and no team in Bra.
San Marino money Slovenia.
So one more video I am assuming said the front trainer Zeski Bebois behind him Ebe Mbuimu and Ebia Bruno Fernandes hopefully saying Kobe Manu will partner Casemiro in midfield. Okay. Now why this is important to say City who say Ruben Diaz and John Stones nobody are someone to City because these guys obobo miensa editu omochia on be mistake me Titi Ruben Diaz Se Kuzanov ebe fully fit, me was started training. Se Pep benye ni mujidie, do onye fully fit so bebo boni bidia. City be stable kakra with you. But it is a game I don't trust because of time, honestly. Preferably a draw. Let me move on to the other games fast. Ken. The Eternal said Chelsea ne Brentford game no. Unim say and now on a Chelsea for Brentford for set pieces coach. No more friend Bernardo Cueva. Honestly say Chelsea share connects ne free kicks BI on one. Unim so no call Chelsea no. Obi a Brentford for Kofa no so on be replacing Keith Andrews. Keith Andrews see on a Thomas Frank ne set pieces coach. To also so specialities set pieces. Thomas Frank ko ye no. And I'm for coach from random say Derby. Keith na or set pieces coach ne be. Inti Keith Andrews no ne speciality pa set pieces. She say he's the head coach of Brentford. And Chelsea say they are scoring more goals from set pieces. This is how it makes the games interesting. Now Brentford na ye nim last year. Asasa team no enye papa bio. Afei na mubo bia me yahwe because the coach call you know. The goalkeeper McFlecken call, Chris Nogard call, Johan Wisa call, Imbuimu call. Team na ye me. And we must for an inexperienced coach. And this not to waste so much time. Chelsea needs to take advantage because Afei and a Brentford for no build DBB under Keith Andrews. I don't think almost start here now. Sunderland the ball moves. Hey, okay, maybe they need time to build it. But say the I'm a game when I interested in a second. Because for Chelsea lineup and now no coach say Andrew Santos, Estevao, Omamba Bedruntem. And a Joao Pedro, boys na call Brazil or Mamba Bedruntem. And the Copa man ye fit. Afei was started training back in.
Okay.
1 year careful. No, my boys need be a one winner. I feel said though or Mamba Bedruntem, though Copa man ye fit, but Chelsea should stick to their first 11. Because always a war drop you or Monoama, Maggie, Mono, Master, Debbie. And Yamian game near money, we are a job. Exactly. So when says Kai said or more born or more brass, Chelsea can do substitutions instead of say you are going to give it a try to new place. Though man but they need to play. Chelsea needs the 3 points until Chelsea win against Brentford. Sociedad Madrid. Mekai 2023 as Sociedad Shema do 2-0 you know. 3 games now Madrid akwa anwaita piano 1-0 bako another bako na 2-0 and I'm say show 1-0. 3 games in here. Anoita for no Sociedad intimi for go grant to Real Madrid next. After in Madrid for BODB games no mabono. I am not quick to say team na improve bebre and compared to Carlo Ancelotti because we on more baby. Though you see elements of Nyema or Sasa for instance. Say what you both in Madrid last season Carlo Ancelotti idea is that group come back into proper structure. Jabi Alonso believes in different ideology. The different ideology is that instead of Carlo Ancelotti ideas, say come back to structure. Let them bring the ball. No, let's go and fight for the ball. I don't just send the papa check Carlo Ancelotti. No, Obia on the ideologies. No ends up at the end of it. No, GBB and answer 1 GBB. I am not quick to do comparison, though. After Jabi Alonso are starting the journey. I wish him well. Every game, I want to see changes. Now, we will say, or the other goal have about 10 instead of the traditional 8. Into game will be a SSA, but Sociedad there, though a better thing, Sociedad, Sir Emmanuel Aguichil team no session, Assasa, we free team no more. Say the Sociedad we used to know, and yes, Sociedad debut. So I'm expecting a slim win for Madrid. Barca name. The Valencia there, another win for Barcelona.
Barca,
yeah.
Valencia, 6-7.
The last 4 games, 18-4.
18-4. So most of Hamburg, so the last 53-1. Bayern Munich.
Yes, no, I could perform your duty, said the various national teams, you know. Weekend way, club football, back, Europa. And ne, Nyami Adume China. yɛbɛnya abotira hwɛ matches ni bebree ma menhyɛ ase mfɛn free Spain na memfɛn remo other countries no Real Sociedad etnefi against Real Madrid yɛhyɛ season ase no Sociedad ni ɔma nkoso yi emfa ma ɔmo bɔ opokuo no ɔmo 3 games ɔmo abo so far well draw Valencia draw Espanyol and well lose Real Oviedo so after 3 games Real Sociedad for entimi win a game ɔmo expect say after etimi returning from international duties no betimi nya ɔmo first win of the season I was a first win ba against Real Madrid enti game no ɔmo bɛkɔ sɛ ɔmo de nibre na bewurem so ɔmo nya ɔmo first win Real Madrid on the other side enya good start so far yɛhyɛ La Liga na se no 3 games are Real Madrid for abo no ɔmatimi awin ni nyinaa which I believe a good start at the Real Madrid team no and the Real Madrid fans and most especially Real Madrid that were considered just a goal enti ama Real Madrid for no enya gidie bi say how wo Messi ahyase no se omo to aso sen ya Real Madrid for betima ha adwen this season wa La Liga enti wo so omo to aso no omitimi ko win that game we against a Real Sociedad ken se offer Sociedad team na the only key player Sociedad for beka so lose no Brentford friend say Zubimendi free Sociedad eko team e friend say Arsenal so we Zubimendi free ho mo den lose key player bia Kubo eda so ho Oyazabal eda so ho enti omo key players na last season omo use no majority of them eda so ho so die enti na esi wo Sociedad team omo ntimi win games no so what take Sociedad 3 games omo so far e the Spanish Premier La Liga 3 games omo no omo coach Sergio Francesco on suddenly a standard formation and then osisa formation we adebeche no osisa formation we nemum o rotating formation no ne style of play no de ensisa enti se what take Sociedad for 3 games omo ba ade a wo hu se omo bi ade pa wo ho ne ye se yenya ball circulation yen kra ball no yen pass it around yen circulate ball no omo pesa de ne pa again omo ye omo build up eyi omo pesa omo ye ntem in terms of football build up you with the patient build up and you will build up fast in the Sociedad setup omo build up no na fast then again omo attack here omo pe more bodies wo position ankasa ne penalty box nim enti Sociedad 3 games omo so far the Spanish La Liga no omo attack here Oyazabal wo box nim ubenya Kubo wo box nim Mendes Pablo Marin enti omo pe lot of bodies inside opposition final third enti omo style of play ne de enye bad nemum omo ntimi wini and the major reason why Sociedad ntimi wini ni nyina na say omo nye clinical affront and omo ntimi make final decision no omo ntimi and make good use of it enti omo ntimi do the final third no na Sociedad extra goals so betima she goals enya de ba ko omo so far omo ntimi en wini game La Liga and omo ba be face Real Madrid team so far omo consider just a goal it means that Real Madrid defensively so what check omo 3 games omo bona omo improve defensively and the last time na me church mu say ade ba ko about Alonso team Real Madrid ebu omo ntimi consider goals ne say omo lose ball na last season na nka wo expect Real Madrid say we lose ball no obe draw ni players ni nyina abanachi na ma opponent ne time to progress the ball na wetimi ha Real Madrid adwen by this time around entisa Madrid lose ball na omo focus ye say e was yetimi yire oni yetimi je ball no enti so far among 20 clubs La Liga no o ka team ne SG conceded from pay Real Madrid team no SG conceded football mu kire say yesi akan expected goals was to atenam no what me limiting nyina on time concede chances and 20 clubs La Liga no team on concede chances say after 3 games Real Madrid SG expected conceded no 1.6 which I believe very good. You have 3 games La Liga. Real Madrid 4 goalkeeper Courtois. Every game be an save or any save per game 1.7 save per game. Chelsea Courtois say bon kono su bebre. As compared to last season you have 1 game now Courtois you be 3 4 5 6. But say Courtois enye saves bebre because Real Madrid gradually almost 3 games no ometimi improve defensively. Enya dia ba ko e be Real Madrid playing against Sociedad. Some Madrid ko no ometimi ko defending very well. Abraham concede chances bebre on limited Sociedad ebeba Real Madrid for no good opportunity to win this game and so what check your setup now Dinhausen etimi settle very well Alvaro Carrera say so about the left back no. So far so good. Brentford so perform very well. Defensively or very good, offensively or very good. And not now because only settle very well. As time goes on, and not bit ma settle. And we should be to set Chouameni as a defensive midfielder, we're picking a former or this our defensive cover neighbor Real Madrid alongside Fede Valverde. And the idea about Chouameni Real Madrid team no. How is so consider chances are or defend it and say so much make people no. How we possess no etimi improve and room pempens one alone so open it but may improve in terms of how we mutimi pass it, how we mutimi hold on to the ball, or possession or build up or metimi improve and three games of my bono. Madrid actually 2 goals from open play, 2 goals from air counter attack, and a set piece so much as go. And the Real Madrid team now kwa after 3 games for La Liga no. Every style be an omitimi the shegu. So playing against Sociedad wa no enkoye easy Madrid. Mbappe picking a former we expecting Mbappe say opportunity bo betime utilize this opportunity no. And again back based on Real Madrid form, based on our records against A Sociedad, based on A Sociedad was also a recent performance no. Obeka say Real Madrid for ahead of Sociedad. In a worst case in Pokrano, Nyoma nkoyi and farmer Real Madrid krana, me expect Real Madrid lose game we a win or draw for Real Madrid team no, based on 2 teams in the current performance. Barcelona ball against Valencia. You are in Cruyff Stadium. 6,000 capacity. And Barcelona be see akan against Valencia. And Barcelona see akan we expect to say capacity ne be ye kesiye. Pitch na nkasa be ye kesiye. And me pretty sure say emfa ho say Barcelona and Valencia kwakosi akan you are in Cruyff Stadium. Capacity ni ketwa. Stadium ne shutdown so no affect 2 teams ne performance. By disadvantage kakra Barcelona ba affect you money say financially ba affect you because anka ade say omu si akan and ye more opportunity say company no betima kwakosi akan a onim say score betima generate from tickets no ebe was as compared to you and Cruyff Arena just 6,000. So the big disadvantage for Barcelona is say obelu suska because nipa dodo e was on Barca stadium no omunya sa nipa dodo na by ball na nkasa body e menye sure say bibia be sesa bebre ken anytime bia meka Valencia sembie ya na me re ho kakra because early 2000s na o petim ba ko wo Spain na onsuo Real Madrid onsuo Barcelona na ye Valencia bo bokuo no e go to a time that duopoly between Barcelona and Real Madrid, the only team who team breaking is that duopoly early 2000s, no. Na ye team a friend say Valencia. That was the period who team breaking through. Ebete La Liga ni 2 times. Ana Real Madrid ne Barcelona for minje. Enti Valencia ye bo boko ba kwa. Enkane once upon a time. No hard game pa because onim se oba agopamane so a. Arguably Okra one of the best goalkeepers at that time was Spain. Canizares onim se or the Canizares eba. Onimsa or the Ayala eba, onimsa or the Pablo Aima eba, or the Kili Gonzalez eba. And Temnebi and Kemno, now who could share Valencia, onimsa who could share side or yet tough. By say side ye, and Tessa Encane Valencia. Baby a Barcelona better Valencia and Sambiana Barcelona Kanye Gudimu. And Tessa what check the last time Pokra Valencia Timisha Barcelona was way back 2020. I almost share Barcelona 2-0. From 2020 Bessineno, team a friend Valencia and Timisha Barcelona. So we calculating Pokra from 2011. Eba wa besi say ya, o me share 11 times. 11 times in the Valencia and team share Barcelona. Barcelona team ya show 33 goals. Last season, yenya Barcelona and Valencia, Barcelona team share 7, o team share 5. Enti nanse yan kasa de no kwaya ba akope. Valencia enkane no ha Barcelona no. Say Barcelona echi Valencia. O yegu ni mu, o kan gu ni mu. Barcelona che Valencia, or the Valencia to ne bobre. Emma obuye hu say Barcelona dominated Valencia bobuku no. Yeshe season I say Valencia about 3 games or many average performance. 3 games abon we win baako, we draw baako and we lose baako. But bi a watch Valencia team this season bi anim say based on almost 3 games o mabono, baby o metimi improve pan how o mu defend. Say omo ability to defend based on 3 games no etimi improve. Almost so switch to a 3 back. And omo 3 back no, omo Yusu Dimitri. Any Brentford fans say Jose Gaya as the wing backs. And to omo defend biana, omo a very compact and narrow. Abron benya 5 back no. No man Yusu Santa Maria. Ana Diego Lopez. Sasa me for this way. Intimate showed the back 4. enti ukosia Valencia team this season bia na say ne hye ayedene enti based on number of matches abo La Liga no uyi Real Madrid now uyi team wa consider one goal teams won consider goals no Valencia ka ho wa consider just 2 goals so it means say na ability to defend etime improve when they compare last season the first 3 games are by problem Valencia be facing here say omo kosia team sa team ni timi expand opponent Valencia struggle because how omo see defending no omo ye narrow omo ye compact ente ya no omo ye closely packed together omo abo omo ho ano so omo be protect central zones no ente se team e friend say Barcelona kosia Valencia advantage Barcelona benya ne say Barcelona benya players omo betima expand team e friend say Valencia and na Valencia for entimi ngina no and Barcelona ebenya Rafinha obenya Lamine Yamal on the wide area sa 2 players we no sanke ya de se Baudi ebebo bia unim se Barcelona attack here Baudi best edge forward na allow Rafinha so be move inside by Baudi enya available Gerard Martin ebebo the left back and Gerard Martin ne quality se all nim no until se Baudi so you most likely say 2 players on be expand Valencia team no Lamine Yamal on the right side then Rafinha on the left side sa 2 players we no omo ye creators from last season ebesi this season ka 2 wingers omanya big chances for La Liga mpana Brentford fence Lamine Yamal and Rafinha from last season besine omo big chances oma create for La Liga nim baako 58 there is no single wingers omo La Liga omo create better chances big chances esen Rafinha and Lamine Yamal and omo say dynamic in the sense say omo expand the opponents omo create omo share enti amasa 2 players no ukoshi oma ability to expand create and score no wasoro any idea Barcelona be use die beat team friend say Valencia boboku no say yen control game Barcelona befa yen attack game no Barcelona befa yen pini opponent Barcelona befa yen direct game no yen entertaining supporters ni nyina Barcelona befa sadie ni nyina but dia Valencia for be take advantage say recently o check Barcelona matches high line no opponent ni use high line no enu unim say Valencia 4 goals o match wa La Liga emu 2 counter se uko La Liga team and ne counter attack hu pa no Valencia eka hu bi omo deal with crosses and long balls and omo wait no enti 2 players on be gina nim ho edema Valencia Danjuma and Diego Lopez omo ye players omo time omo runnings and omo ye quick so the only thing ebema Barcelona obeka so mbe concede no ebe ye omo high line but you know o check Barcelona performance individual quality records bibia kire say game back a upedi obe wini a Mexico Barcelona bobuko no most especially say after some omokobo sa 1-1 draw against Vallecano and Yomanku Yama Barcelona no Barca person making amends no making sure say almost supporters no anybody into a game back a meko a win for Barcelona team obe win no most likely Barcelona uko Premier League Arsenal nefi against Nottingham Forest expectation this season for Arsenal was through obi expect Arteta ni Arsenal say I was so multi Premier League in which a laudable because so we check it amount how we dey into transfer 15 Arteta take over any omu position o menya second now all expect say Arsenal bet me win trophy no so a lot of expectation this season from Arsenal name Arsenal 3 games o maboni nyina ne ke the first game against Manchester United Arsenal and dominating game no bo win ye the second game was against Leeds Arsenal dominating game no o win ye the third game was against Liverpool Arsenal ntimi and dominating game no Arsenal lose that game no and the 3 games are Arsenal ball Premier League no emu mienu against big clubs when ntimi and dominating but against Leeds no dominating ye e twan for need ya kire say Arsenal share teams are relatively Arsenal was through bibia saying na Arsenal ntimi dominating no and so what check Nottingham Forest obi expect say Arsenal be dominating Nottingham Forest no wa se bebre na nyoma asesa kakra wo Nottingham Forest sanke ya de say Arsenal share Nottingham Forest Nuno Espirito Santo na coach Nottingham Forest dia who expect say Arsenal na be dominating game ni nyina because obi o share Nottingham Forest under Nuno Espirito Santo no o kosi akan bia most especially against the big guys or city deep now I use to counter because onim say our players are odo imo wo metima rane by say Nuno Espirito Santo ni ho Nottingham Forest for akofa Postecoglou Ednaba and obi onim Postecoglou bi anim say oye idealistic coach medikin atrechem sake of omo ntenyo mabiase no a little bit of education coaches say we are seeing now ye group omo into 3 types ye omo ye idealistic coaches ye omo ye pragmatic and ye omo ye modernist in the shape of Postecoglou. Look for Postecoglou besiwa ono ne ye idealistic coach obi oye idealistic coach e coach a enfa hu ni team obe coach no or the philosophy ne style beko enfa hu ni players e kura no opesa ne style no mutimi bo ana sa idealistic coaches no omo believe in attacking football and it's a checking list of idealistic coaches are ubenya Bielsa ubenya Pep Guardiola. The same applies to Postecoglou or your idealistic coach and the end run the press conference no or come a reason nati as say Nottingham Forest now about Befano or be attacking football or be game or tries or best goals no ama supporters in yaje enti all define say ono or your idealistic coach enti ye game back wa enkoye te say no Espirito Santo back what tenetri ama Arsenal na dominating game no ye benya Nottingham Forest so a obebie game nim obe try say obe open up obe deal with short passes positional rotation obe bone high line no olusu ball na no press it enti say ukwa koshia Postecoglou Nottingham Forest a onim say the right back and then the left back Ola Aina Abrante Fense Williams ombe inverte na etimiama Elliot Anderson ana Sangari etimia move forward na odoy ahodi weight no e dey ama Nottingham Forest bokuku no so ye behu Nottingham Forest are facing Arsenal obebiem by Salbo ni bi so na Arsenal epe Arsenal ko share team obiem see nyina yembo Arsenal timi boni here because Arsenal so of materials are from the defense omo ball playing ability was through midfield Declan Rice Zubimendi omo technical ability was through the wide area ebereche eze Madueke ometima ko direct etimia create chances na open no and say opportunity ni beto a ubenya Joe Carres obetimi de ball ni dia tum so ye be witness game a ebe ye open game end-to-end attacking game and may expect more than 2 games e wo game we because e 2 teams a umbe biem attack and say upe team back wa e most likely so be win ya multiple Arsenal onim say 4 times a Arteta and Postecoglou ehie bia no Postecoglou ntimi nsha Arteta da o mechia 4 times emu miensa Arteta wini and emu back wa draw and say wo check permutations and the metrics ni nyina na bibi e favor team e friend say Arsenal say team obe win no multiple Arsenal boboku no Brentford ball against Chelsea. Brentford after losing omu coach Thomas Frank to Spurs. Omu lose omu 3 key players Nordgaard, Risa, and Mbeumo. Now it was expected say yeshe season na sia Brentford best struggle kakra. Don't say oma ye signings there, but it better take some time and say no meet me jelly. And it's what take omu first 3 games our Premier League now. Clearly, who say Brentford struggle, that's the reason why we win just a game and we lose 2. And Brentford for 3 games on match ni na no omu problems omu facing yes 1. Brentford intimi keep possession. Sebo ekroma say no lose possession. And omu kwa face a Chelsea side in terms of air passes per defensive action. Chelsea etimi improve and passes per defensive action no extra teams are olusuba quickly otimi press o edge. And it's Brentford for intimi hold possession. Not Chelsea passes per defensive action etimi improve. Then Chelsea bet more control game no against Brentford. We are talking about a Brentford side Oshegwa ontimi protecting the lead. And we know mienu nim say so far uko Premier League teams omutimi create goals no Chelsea eka hu bi. And it's a Brentford create mi Shegwa Chelsea will ability to come back because Brentford entimi and protecting omu lead. Then again omu intimi teams are omu use quick transition. And Chelsea say use quick transition. And Chelsea you good in terms of set pieces. And in a sense, watch a Chelsea goals or Musha. Omu to me, yes, set pieces no one pa. When you know your weakness of Brentford, Chelsea bet ma taking advantage of. But again, the only thing I bet ma stop Chelsea from winning this game, a complacency and an inconsistency. So what a Chelsea team ma say gradually omu nya bibia for a team who bet ma compete at the highest level. Say Chelsea si akanya. Tactical identity on the field. Those say intimi 100%. By Chelsea see can you be say you as a Enzo Maresca and Sandro Jumane koso. Chelsea for bar according to a systematic order. So it means that gradually tactical identity no etimi improve. The tactical instruction given to Chelsea team no players no follow our instruction no. And it is a Chelsea show team no our group so. Back four no say attacking in the attacking phase. Na Reece James the bed na the right backer. Unim say Reece James instruction here say ye attack pe move back inside beka Caicedo ho Enzo Fernandez obeko wanim obedane a boss crasher obi ehu baby abefra ba no akwa do penalty box nim now the ball na to atenem no wetimi ahye go obi ti say Cole Palmer with duty I was all ye say yama free row as a number 10 moving into every and different channels and zones odi na was otimi operate wo baby a say Estiva will never bought the right wing wa odi na say obey direct wetimi move inside and Pedro Neto obey expand and the Chelsea tactical identity no etimi improve confidence ekosoro individual brilliance ewo ho so ade e betimi ama Chelsea say omuntimi win game no complacency and inconsistency say Chelsea keep the same energy mentality level of seriousness determination on back of Brentford akonye good results meje to mu say the last 3 games Chelsea akọ Brentford ontimi win ye the last 3 visits Chelsea ontimi win by CFP dey be at Chelsea betimi akọ win ewo Brentford I was say here this time around Chelsea West ebe draw a win or draw for Chelsea Liverpool eko Burnley there is no way say Upe League against Burnley yem konko win straight win for Liverpool team no then West Ham and Spurs Mohamed Kudus pressure be ban so now the betu you say omaye banner say snake good so eba ha say na onim de Kudus be here mental toughness na ability say obetimi retain focus under pressure football your aspect be broke idea to semenyo ewo Liverpool chrome no there are two nyina na racial abuse by no na be membu onyada mental toughness to perform Kudus ebe here be to perform say mentally wanye tougher ebe affecting performance uko Italy so a Juventus any interbesia kind Juventus any good start there were Italian Serie A nyina in 2 games we win nyina on share go on consider here say person stop ego to do Juventus the midfield na was so breaky obo 2 deep central midfielders and 2 attacking midfielders the central midfielders obo deep no Brentford friend say Turam and Lugatelli now we use so yield this and Brentford friend say Conceição nim ho so say Inter ebetima ko Turin akwa ko share team friend say Juventus omo lead the table Italy na e was some dominate on film for be midfield battle equally Inter so good midfielders Barella Çalhanoğlu Mkhitaryan what be winning midfield no una be carry the day but mu games na say e wo Turin goals in 10 pm enti under 2.5 and I say under 3.5 e wo Inter Juventus game nim okay
we are Real Madrid supporter I was so bumpire am Real Madrid bobo no say especially central defense Madrid players na hono be stay fit e dey am Real Madrid bobo no me kasa because minimum Real Madrid central defenders mako 5 omo yenum na minim but in in reality Real Madrid ever 1 central defender per in reality Madrid has 1 central defender ever mubobo kun emfa won say omo ye mako no I am saying this because minimum Raul Asensio ne rise Real Madrid given the opportunity bo akwala na body mo awa dine di Madrid bo boko nim no obi odi Spanish La Liga na chi e follow Real Madrid bia no and with the kind of quality akwada ni possess at a point na nipa body din a ye de net to Sergio Ramos ho not because I will do the status as Sergio Ramos achieve here e Madrid derby but the playing style anybody mo na all bono na you move be feel say so to also with that kind of performance no keep up at that level nko dia no be consistent obetimi akwa do the status as Sergio Ramos duru ye no ntina nipa dodo na e sha se so mo dia branch ne to Sergio Ramos but along the line especially last season year season no na the performance no consistent obema good games enne but the chena unhu so ma that kind of performance certain tackles bi obeko na result in a fouls and in be affect Real Madrid after the season club world cup no so ye hu ye same inconsistent performance and another Madrid bo boko no enti oye player bi a prospect ne wo ho no kre but Madrid intimi mfo omani emfanto no so number 1 number 2 David Alaba Real Madrid ken o kana asem krampo enka Alaba from Bayern Munich the kind of ball Alaba ball as a left back ebe PM Real Madrid bo boko ni ma you converting into the central defense role anytime he gets the opportunity now we say sa quality no honum to the extent say he's been versatile for both the club and then the country especially I thought that defensive midfield in Alaba betimi aboy wo Austria any ade But at Real Madrid, a pressure yes a bum. And we a footballer. That's all pray baby and hinder progress. The obetimi aye wo park de so mpo no. Nipa hu na kampese ya baba benya omugide to obetimi ase akan. Enti ene. Emfa ho ne de David Alaba ya twam mre bi. Ye ka players e wo Real Madrid, players e wo wiase. And nipa betimi anya omugide. So omugina game mu no omusi akan a, you get that kind of trust and confidence in them as defenders. So mo be solidify e chiri wono de ama na unliki in goals a. Ye mo David Alaba din emfa nka ho. Because injury hano. Eti ama the performance and aye poor Real Madrid bobo nim. Number 2. Number 3. Eda Militao. Can say amena woka say he's been fit for Real Madrid. This season Yehu Militao ball obo at a point. Before Rudiger mo be bust into the scene for Real Madrid. No ma baba be key figures. Abeye mainstay of Madrid bobo nim no. Eda Militao mo na Nigeria chiro as the pillars and giants for the Real Madrid club. Almost see a kind where chiro no manema kon kind the more money cost. But from last season, there have been that inconsistencies or not because of injury. Obey available in there. Following the obey available, a fair 1,000 Hunibium. Or plan now about the Bokaka at the point. Or try and chain for more than 5 to 6 months or so. Or Roma with Bobo and Sana or Baba available. Close to a year now, I had days over where the militao. So we'll see a kind of Roma with Bobo. But he got this season, Monoya fit. I league in the shaft and he's played 2 matches. For Roma with Bobo Kono, performance was wrong. But won't me yet GDA. I weather militao. So throughout the season, a player why injury prone in recent times. Everything has they fit 100%. Eddie Mama with Bobo Kono now is your kind. Eddie Real Madrid. And you can only pray for this player so be stay fit and why you're consistent. Or you're consistent, there he has the quality. But injury be Januana, that is the big question. And I say Antonio Rudiger. And so then the Ababa account. A free last season ever. Who player back on to Praha ne pa Rudiger. Rudiger na me no no. A player na den so be say o prepra. Balance imre kakra ya abai. Rudiger ye fit ene. E chena unya no. Obe ye fit chena. Ade ye chena unya no. O ye fit nko ade he's a quality center back. Ye ka football e wo wiase. Omo ma boss center back build their status. Ade ama omo ho a. Ken obebo Rudiger, obebo Van Dijk. Rudiger is in that class as a central defender. But injuries are hano. The only player who fit, no you consistent, Madrid, the chile on him, Ababa Dinhausen, a 20-year-old player, and I feel what Madrid and rely on for the season. And into America say, oh, you're Madrid supporter. Now, Upe, Madrid team, no. Upe coach Xabi Alonso Asema, Bompire for Real Madrid. Say injury to be answered because yes, I bet affected the Real Madrid team. No matter the kind of quality you have in your squad. Say injuries be setting in now. We are going to enjoy. It's me we Madrid team and injury free season. Now a big man make home, then go affect your performance. Ken Atletico Madrid. This season starts now one of the most difficult for coach I friend said Diego Simeone. I am saying this because you start the season now. Depending on the kind of clubs I know Mubeshia, now no Mubesia kind of. Everyone feel say when you a good draw and I say a fair start to the season. Diego Simeone look at the quality of the team last season. Why a bit of additions and so about become. Or you know the first game of the season on Espanyol. Now the Paradona feel so benya win. Unfortunately, or Lucy game no. A game I know I take a lead to around the 70th minute. The year changes be look and a danny the face of the game and Obe Lucy 2-1. From there on your opportunity to cock about Elche. Obo Elche in so Anko Yan Faman Obo 1-1. And was signed to cock about a year your friend say a Alaves. And then was signed to ball draw. Until this season, 3 matches are about Spanish La Liga anymore. Coach your friend said Diego Simeone ain't me a single win. At this stage, Obe expected to Obe Shiatima be a modern man from Kaka. Now they are reviving him because when you win now build your confidence, or they are gather momentum. Now they are other games in him. But unfortunately for Atletico Madrid, Okwakwa Kushieti, my friend, is a VRL. VRL this season in the Spanish La Liga has been one of the strongest teams so far. Per 3 matches ayabo. But we need 2 and our draw 1. Our 7 points. Our Spanish La Liga anymore after the first 3 games. Oma pick it right from where they left it off last season. Last season, near Bababe Real League, you know. Normally, one of the teams, more Coach Marcelino built a very strong side, and the Amabo Boko. Last season, almost twice, and almost you know. First one ending in 2-2. Second one ending in 1-1. And this is the kind of side that Atletico Madrid born at this point in time we have the 3 maximum points, no the confidence. My Atletico Madrid 3 matches in this season in La Liga anymore. At the back I realize and say they play good. They create chances. But I'm creating chances now and found some more quality strikers on more conversion rate of them. They are not scoring to start Atletico Madrid like who last season. Because Julian Alvarez numbers are the buy. So that last season not only start and put from the bench. I share 20 goals in the league. And the Atletico Madrid Bobo. But this season performance and conquest are defense and you're very careful. Clement Lenglemo. And make sure. So player Barco. And with team my friend said VR Mombo Solumu. Bokanan. Can this season first 3 matches in the Spanish La Liga strike and hit 3 goals. He's among the top scorers. In Spanish La Liga anymore. It Ushia such a side. Our more form and near me coye the more. Papi Gay, Mujan Finfin no more to Tonyama. Atletico Madrid should tread cautiously because they went to so bad twaffle. Now went to me and Sha. Now a 6 season, Nedia coach and in a man. A club, you season as a pet. When say Barcelona, Real Madrid, any one more, or only beating Ababaji the Spanish La Liga title, has gotten a very rocky start this particular season. Coaching into Tony Manania Mansessa and Famaomo. Can Liverpool, honestly speaking, and slots, man in compress a DB a panic button. Make us a man impress a panic button because Osha Liverpool Bobo. Matches on my board this season, they've been good. Say Liverpool is struggling poor. And they are big teams here and they say on days they difficult. On one man they give more results. One man they give results in the players a bar. One thing a key, never season pa. Hey, how I'll be integrated the new players into the squad. And oh yeah, story be. Say about the new coach and a headache. Say between striker, I a friend on Ekitike, and a striker a friend Alexander Isak. Coach and slot and who striker on starting another player on starting and from Liverpool Bobo. Ken, my coach in uniform on starting Ekitike. Make away because who you Ekitike in this one. Now you Alexander Isak in this one between these 2 strikers. Open the modern more stroke, no you good striker, no doubt about it. And Isak on any day for the past 2 seasons. Isak has shot 21 Barco. English Premier League in him. Was shot 23 Barco. English Premier League in that is just last season. Striker, your friend say who go to Kike if you Bundesliga in never. Last 2 seasons, about half season in the Bundesliga, he played 14 matches and not share 4 goals. But last season, he shared 15 goals and assisted 8 times. It depends on numbers, Awama. For the past 2 seasons, striker, your friend Isak, far better.